Hey guys, LParker77 here and welcome to the very first of my Silver Team of the Season player reviews. Now I thought I may as well start high and go for the best, and first review I'm going to be doing is going to be the Team of the Season Depay. So you'll see here I'm using him in a 4-3-2-1 in an Eredivisie Silver team. The reason why I haven't changed him to left forward is because I have been using him in a 4-3-3 as well, with different variations of 4-3-3. Then I changed him later on while trying to get gameplay to the 4-3-2-1 in order to try and get him a bit more into the game. In terms of how much he cost me about sort of 630k I think it was, which is very high. I have since sold him for 510k, which is quite a loss, but considering he's probably going to drop in the next few days, it's not too bad. As usual, we'll take a look at his stats, and on the card he has absolutely crazy stats for a silver player. He's got 90 pace, 80 shooting and 85 dribbling. Also noticeably also has 64 heading as well as 68 passing. So from the offset looking at the card, he should really be an incredible, absolutely unstoppable card. If we delve into the in-game stats, you'll see that he is 5'9", right footed with high medium work rates and 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot. Also in terms of his best in-game stats, he has really solid physical attributes and noticeably does have 83 strength. That is a massive increase. His mental stats aren't too bad. 70 vision is the best one there, and in terms of skill attributes, he's got 91 curve, 92 free kick accuracy, 85 long shots and 98 shot power. So we can move on to the gameplay now, and I'll talk a bit about how he actually performed in game. And if I'm honest, he wasn't as good as I thought he was going to be. Considering his stats, he's not as bad as Quintero was, but he still didn't really live up to the stats on the card, didn't live up to those in-game stats, and I was expecting much better of him. In terms of his positives, he had excellent dribbling. I think it was 89 dribbling in game, only 85 dribbling on the card, but as I said, 89 dribbling in game. He's also much stronger than the non-inform. The 82, 83 strength I think he has in game is very noticeable. I did actually notice it quite a bit compared to the non-inform. It also has really solid physical stats. Obviously his acceleration and his sprint speed are very high, and that does make him very fast in game. But is he much faster than the non-inform? Not really. I wouldn't really say so. Also obviously has the 4-star skill moves and 4-star weak foot, so it's very nice going forward. He is probably somewhat considered the nearest you're going to get to Ronaldo in terms of a silver. Obviously not as tall, and obviously doesn't have the skill moves, doesn't have the 5-star skill moves that Ronaldo has, but he's incredibly strong, he's incredibly fast, has very good dribbling and fairly good shooting, to be honest. Something else I did actually notice is the 64 heading on the card. I'm not sure what it increased from, but it's not much of an increase, but I did actually notice his heading was rather good. He did win quite a few headers for me, which I wasn't actually expecting, so that did surprise me, and that was good. On to his shooting though, and on the card obviously got 80 shooting, got really good long shots, got the 98 shot power. What did I think of that? If I'm completely honest, anyone that tells you his shot power or his shooting is any better than the non-inform is lying to you. It's really not. It's not much better at all. If I'm honest, it's somewhat worse. A bit like Quintero, I would say it's a lot more inconsistent. Sometimes it's much more powerful than the non-inform, and then sometimes it's incredibly inconsistent. So he did have fairly poor shooting, no better than the non-inform in my opinion. His long shots were okay, didn't score any. His finesse shots for me though were absolutely dreadful, even going through on goal, and don't think he scored any goals going through on goal for me. Considering it cost me so much, I was quite amazed at the amount of sitters, or the amount of really easy chances he couldn't take. Even the finesse shots from very close on goal, finesse shots cutting in and inside the box, he missed a fair few of them, and to be honest, I really didn't expect that from a 500-600k player. So on to my overall thoughts. The positives: he has excellent dribbling, he is much stronger than the non-inform, he has solid physical stats with 4-star skill moves and 4-star weak foot, and also has noticeably better heading. And in terms of the negatives, does have a fair few there as well. He's got poor shooting, no better than the non-inform in my opinion. He often struggled to get in the game and affect the game in any way, and also found it quite hard to actually get him through on goal. I did actually struggle with him at some points, and I really shouldn't be struggling with a player that's so expensive. He's also very inconsistent. His shooting was probably the most inconsistent thing. It was either okay or it was just really bad and no better than the non-inform. He's also expensive, as I've mentioned. Now, I'm not saying don't go and try him, as if you have the coins, he's obviously somewhat a collector's item, but I won't be keeping mine. I've gone and sold mine, as I'd much rather have 5 players worth 100k than have Depay for 500k. And also, as I mentioned, he missed so many easy chances, it was ridiculous at times. So in terms of my final rating, he was fairly fun to play with at times, so I'm going to give him a generous 7 out of 10. We could quite easily given him a 6 out of 10, but a 7 out of 10 is probably fair considering some points he was fairly fun to play with, but not good enough to get any higher. So there we go guys, that is it for my team this season Depay review. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to give this a like and let me know which players you want me to review next. I should have a team this season work review up soon as well, but in terms of the other players, let me know, and thanks for watching guys, cheers.